Hello, good morning to you all. Welcome back. I am G-Man, and I'm gonna be playing part 3 of this Dunwich Legacy playthrough. Let me see, get everything ready here. So, as far as recapping what happened, we were rummaging about in La Bella Luna, trying to find the other professor, which had gambled his money away and doubled down with the crooks, and something very bad poured out from the walls and basically destroyed the bar, leaving just a crater behind. So we're gonna be reading next scenario, which is the Miskatonic Museum. Several months ago, Armitage and his colleagues stopped a rampaging horror from tearing through Dunwich, a backwater town several hours north and west of Arkham. At first, you imagine this beast as a rabid bear or worse, but the professor's description of the creature paints a different picture. It all began when a man named Wilbur Whately entered the Orne library looking for Olaus Wormius' Latin translation of a book called the Necronomicon. Wilbur already possessed a beaten-up English translation by Dr. John Dee, but it was insufficient for his purposes. Armitage turned the man away, fearing that what use the strange man had for the book. Whately returned in secret, hoping to steal the book, but was attacked by a hound guarding the university. Armitage, Rice, and Morgan later discovered Whately's body. A description of the foul corpse, semi-anthropomorphic and covered in fur with a leathery hide and greenish-gray tentacles, causes you to question whether or not Whately was truly human. So let's check the campaign and see if Dr. Henry Armitage was kidnapped. I think he was not. We rescued him. So then we're gonna be skipping to part 2. My colleagues and I were quick to put the ordeal behind us, Armitage says with a sigh. But it seems that things haven't fully resolved themselves. I'll tell you the rest later, but for now it is imperative that we get our hands on that copy of the Necronomicon. If my instincts are correct, the assailants you've encountered will be searching for it. After all that transpired, I didn't feel safe keeping it at the library, so I brought it to my good friend Harold Wolstead. He is the current curator of the Miskatonic Museum. I thought it would be safe in the museum's restricted hall, but now I'm not sure. You must retrieve it at all costs. I fear terribly that they could do with what they could do with the rights contained in its pages. So proceed to setup. Yeah, so gather all cards. Yeah, okay, we're gonna be doing it like this, placing the Miskatonic Museum. So as you see, everything unfolds for us. So put one of the 2 administration office locations and one of the 2 security office locations into play. So we have these 2. I will be shuffling and I will be pulling out one of them, putting it back here. Same thing with the security office. And pulling off one. There you go. Remove the other, yes. Then put the museum entrance and museum halls location into play. I think those were here. Yep. Each investigator begins play at museum entrance. Yep, we will do that very soon. I have 6 exhibit hall locations set aside. They are in our chest. As a separate exhibit deck. So I will shuffle the exhibit hall, restricted on 2 other random. Okay, let's see. Search. We have where is it? Oh, they are. Ha, they are here. So I will be shuffle the exhibit hall. That's the restricted hall and 2 other random exhibit hall locations together to form the bottom 3 cards of the exhibit deck, unrevealed side face up. So I think this is it. To form the bottom 3 cards of the exhibit deck. Then place the other 3 exhibit hall locations on top. Okay. So this is the restricted hall. Yeah, okay, I see. And 2 from here. 1, 2. I'm gonna group this together. Isn't that correct? Okay. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And then place the other 3 exhibit hall locations on top in a random order. All 6 cards of the exhibit hall deck should be showing only the unrevealed side so that the players do not know which exhibit hall is the exhibit hall restricted hall. Yeah, okay. So put those on top there. And we have a deck of 6. Huh. Cool. Yes. And the card set aside is in our chest. Shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards to build the encounter deck. And shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Now for the leveling up, Ashcan Pete had 4 experience. Oh, I forgot to take those away. I have spent them all, and I have spent them on upgrading my lucky. So my lucky has now been, both of them are upgraded, so they are 2+ skill value for the test and draw a card. So that's those 4 experience spent. We're gonna be moving Ashcan at the museum entrance. The Miskatonic Museum is an opulent and stately building supported by expeditions founded by the university. Its sizable collection of exotic artifacts, curios and art has drawn visitors from all over the country. Yay! 2 clues here. 3 shroud. Investigators at the museum entrance cannot gain resources, and we could resign here. How important can a book really be anyway? As you approach the museum, you draw your coat tighter around your body to keep the wintry air away. Full moon drapes the building in ominous bright moonlight. Yes. We are finding a way inside. Unfortunately, the entrance to the museum is kept locked at this late hour. A security guard is visible through the building's front windows, oblivious to his surroundings. Perhaps you can find a way to get his attention and convince him to let you in. There's 2 clues to advance this. And we have Agenda 1A, restricted access. Dr. Armitage has given the university's Latin translation of the Necronomicon to his associate Harold Wolstead, the curator of the Miskatonic University Museum. Worried that someone might still be after the book, you have gone to the museum to recover it. So, forced. When hunting horror enters play, attach the set-aside copy of Shadow Spawned to it, or add 1 resource to Shadow Spawned if it's already attached. Ew. Okay, so we will be seeing what that is. I will copy this and put it down here with us, so it's easier to see. We're gonna be playing at standard, so we have that. Yeah, we are ready to go. I'll be drawing 5 cards, and we have live and learn. Could come in handy, and a resourceful. We have track choose. So footwear, giving me 1 agility after I move, but before enemies at your new location engage you, exhaust track choose test. Agility 3, if you succeed, move to a connecting location. So yeah, just burning away. And magnifying glass and Madame Labranche. Madame Labranche. So I appear at the museum with an old lady by my side. I think I will, although Madame Labranche is great to gaining resources, could be getting the track choose out, Madame Labranche, but I can't gain resources, is it? Cannot gain, okay. So I will mulligan her, keep the magnifying glass. I will mulligan the resourceful, keep live and learn, and the track choose. So drawing 2 cards. I get Dr. Henry Armitage actually, and a lucky. Okay. That's cool, that's thematic. I got Dr. Henry with me. Yeah, after you draw a card, discard that card and exhaust Dr. Henry Armitage to gain 3 resources. He could be soaking some horror for us. That's why he's there. Yeah, so let's begin. We are at the entrance. We have 3 shroud. So let's just be investigating with Duke. So investigating with a base skill of 4. I ain't gonna move. I will be paying 1 for a fast magnifying glass. So that's 5 versus 3. Bag says -1. So I get a clue. I load the camera here, so we are positioned. That's a clue for us. Good. Now I'm at 3 intellect. Could be putting Dr. Henry Armitage to good use, giving me 2 pips. I don't see him. Yeah, okay, I will investigate again. I have 2, 3, 4, 5. Bag says -2. That's 3 against 3. I get another clue. This is gone. And we have 2 clues, so we could advance. So let's be doing that. If the investigators spent clues to advance, you find the window nearest to the guard and tap it loud enough to get his attention. He gives a startled jump, then shifts open the window. What do you want? He asks timidly. You explain the situation to him and tell him he is in grave danger. He warily opens the front door to the museum, shaking his head. I wasn't even supposed to be here today. Choose an investigator to take control of the set-aside Adam Lynch asset. Reveal the museum halls. Advance to 2A, night at the museum. So Adam Lynch, he's here. This is Adam. He's a museum security. And Alan from the Miskatonic. While you control Adam Lynch, treat the double action ability on the security office as if it were a single ability. Okay, so when Adam Lynch leaves play, remove him from the game and add a broken tablet token to the chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. Let's get him down with Duke, because he's not an ally as per Dr. Henry Armitage. You see he has got this ally sign down here. Adam and Duke is just assets in that order. So he is there, 1 health, 1 sanity. So he is with us. I can use him for his ability at least. Now what does it say? It says reveal the museum halls. Yeah. Cool. There's no clues here. Museum hall is connected to each copy of exhibit or hall. So I can use a clue to put the top card of the exhibit deck into play unrevealed. So that's the way we're gonna get the restricted halls out on the board. Last thing I want to do is to move into the museum halls. There you go. Yep. And that's it for me. Enemy phase, there are no enemies, so let's be giving us a clue and a card. And we get Moonstone. Yeah, okay, that's great. So let's be going to Mythos phase. So Doom, 1 out of 5. We get a card, and the card says Visions of Futures Past. Test will against 5 for each point you fail by. Discard the top card of your deck. Oh, it's that again. So I have 4. I could be. So 4 against 5. Chaos bag says Skull, which is -1, -3. Instead, if hunting horror is at your location, it's not. So I failed by 2. So I could be playing a live and learn or a fast action lucky. I think I will. So let's be playing a lucky, giving us +2 skill to that test, so we succeed and we can draw a card instead of discarding, and we draw into a Peter Silvestre. That's great. Okay, that's it for Mythos. So in the museum halls, there is Peter Sylvester hiding. He's been waiting for us there. That's great. He will be soaking some horror for us. That's the first action. We will be exhausting Duke. Oh, not flipping him. Exhausting him to move to a connecting location and be investigating, so we can move to security office or administration building. So let's be going to the security office because we have there's a clue here. Ooh, nice. So with Duke we will be investigating with 4, 5 against 2. That's action. 5 against 2, and we have -3, so that's a clue for us. Good stuff. Yoink. Okay, so this is gone, by the way. So we are at Act 2A, yeah. The Necronomicon is being kept in the restricted hall somewhere in the museum. Adam barely knows his way around and gives a startled jump at every creak of the old building. I just started here last week, he explains. What sort of trouble did you say was going on? You haven't the heart to give him the full story. If an investigator enters the exhibit hall, restricted hall, advance. So that's what we're gonna be doing. Yes, Alexander. Hello. Great to see you. He is saying it's nice to see Arkham while you are laying a duke. I don't know what laying a duke is, but I guess you can imagine what it is. Great stuff, Alexander. Hope you are enjoying. I surely am. So we are at the security office, and the guard could do this as a one action ability. However, I think I will try, but I have to go there to do that. Okay. Spend 1 as a group at the museum's hall. Okay. So yeah, okay, let's do that then. Let's use the action for security officers as the last action, searching the top 6 cards. And oh, there's a weakness there, which I didn't get on the hand. Yeah, that's 4, that's 5, and that's 6 cards. Okay. I will be picking up this horse, dark horse. Yep. And that's it. To get that out. And then now I need resources. Okay. Enemy face. There's no enemies. We're going to upkeep. Get the resource and the card, and we get survival instinct. So into Mythos phase we get the Doom, 2 out of 5, and the card, and it's Cursed Luck. It's strange, hovering over I see what the card is. So Cursed Luck, put Cursed Luck into play into your threat area. You get minus skill value during skill tests. After you succeed at a skill test by 1 or more, discard Cursed Luck. So I think I had to be suffering something from Bella Luna or something. Oh, Investigation. So we will be getting a resource, paying all resources to play Dark Horse, and moving into the museum halls for the third action. That's it. No enemies. We're gonna be moving upkeep, resource, and the card. Well, I can choose to not take a resource now, so I think I will choose not to. During the upkeep phase, you may choose to not gain resources. So I chose not to do that. Mythos, and we are at 3 out of 5, and we have a card, and we have a passage into the Vale. Test will against 3. This test has +2 difficulty if hunting horror is at your location. Well, it's not. And if you fail, you must either choose one, discard top 5. Okay, let's try the test first. I had 4. This cancels Dark Horse, so I am at 4. It could be, yeah. So 4 against 3, -1. I succeed, so no worries. Our turn. So could be using a clue, but I think I will use Duke to move into the administration office. A sturdy wooden door with a plaque next to it reads Administration. In the hall outside the doorway, you see a row of paintings depicting the museum's many curators through the years, each adorned with their name and years of employment. Perhaps it's just your imagination, but they look more distressed in recent years. Yeah. So we are 2 clues at the location, 2 shroud. And it says you cannot investigate administration office while you have 4 or fewer cards in hand. I have 5, so that's gold. The office is meticulously organized from the books in alphabetical order on the shelves to the stacks of forms, organized by category on each desk. A coat is draped over one of the nearby chairs. Perhaps somebody other than the security guard is still here at this late hour. Maybe. So we entered with Duke, and we can investigate with 4, 5 versus 2, was it? Yeah, 5 against 2. So doink, that's a 0. This goes away, and we get a clue. That's great. That is the first action. I would be trying again, I guess, with that would be 3 against 2, 4 against 2. Okay, 4 against 2, -1. I get another clue. That's great. And that's it. Now I will be moving into the museum halls, getting ready for some exhibit halls coming out. And we're going to enemy phase. There are no enemies yet, so upkeep. Resource, I think. No resource, just a card. So resourceful. If this skill is successful, choose another. Yeah, not gold, so that's great. Mythos, we are at 4 out of 5. and draw into a new passage into the whale. So we're gonna be testing 4, 5 against 3. -2, that's a 3, so we succeed again. Good stuff. So as an action, we're gonna be spending a clue, and we're gonna be put the top card of the exhibit hall into play. Let's be copying one of these. So we have one of those. So museum halls is connected to each copy of the exhibit hall. So let's be doing that again. I'm using another clue. Put another one into play, I guess. Oh. There we go. 90. So I will be exhausting Duke as last action to move into this. It's the Athabascan exhibit. A strange chill fills this hall, as if the climate of the Alaskan wilderness has traveled along with the artifacts on display. So, oh yeah, so it's not, oh yeah, it's Alaskan. Oh, cool. After you enter this location, lose all of your remaining actions and immediately end your turn. While you are at this location, you get +2 agility. Oh, good, because I'm out of actions, so in your face. Enemy, there are none, so upkeep. No resources, and a card. So 2, 4, 6, 7 mythos, and now we are advancing this. From the shadows of the museum halls, a terrible creature slithers forth, long and serpentine and propelled by black leathery wings. If hunting horror is in play, add 1 doom to it. If hunting horrors is not in play, search the encounter deck, discard pile and the void for hunting horror, and spawn it in museum halls if able. Shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. I don't think we have encountered any hunting horror yet, so let's be finding it. Is it here? No. Where is it? There you are. This is the hunting horror. It's spawn from the void. Hunter retaliate. So forced at the start of the enemy phase, reveal a random token from the chaos bag. If the reveal token has a skull, cultist, broken tablet, elder thing, or a tentacle symbol, ready hunting horror. So when hunting horror leaves play, place it in the void. This spawns into the museum halls like that. And yoink, let's be going here, and this will be shuffled into shadows deepen. The shadows in the museum grows and become darker. As the shadows lengthen and shift, they begin to suggest the sinewy body of an uncanny creature darting at the periphery of your awareness. When hunting horror enters play, attach the set-aside copy of Shadow Spawn to it, or add 1 resource to Shadow Spawned if it's already attached. Not sure Shadow Spawned would be attached now, because he spawned because of the advancing. It doesn't say, so I guess it won't. So we have a bit of a breather. Yep, that was Mythos advancing, or the Doom, and now we have Twist of Faith. So reveal a random token from the Chaos bag. If you reveal an Elder symbol or positive number, nothing happens. So boink. We have a negative. If you reveal any other number, take 1 damage. Yup, that's... I was about to say that's okay, but it's not. So there's a damage for him. So discarding that. And our turn. We will be... Now we should look into getting out those track shoes, I guess. So we're gonna be moving into here, and we get the hunting horror on us. We will be trying to avoid it. It's 3, I have 4, I have 5 against 2. Yeah, 5 versus 2. Ooh, -3, but I manage it. I have avoided it. Oh, stop that. Stop that. There you go. And give me 1 more action. I will be exhausting Duke to move into here. There's a clue. And it's the Medusa exhibit. Who would immortalize such a terrible fate? After you fail a skill test while investigating this location, discard an asset you control. Ooh, and it's a Shroud of 2 using Duke, so that's a 4 base skill, that's a 5, it's a 6 with Dark Horse. 6 versus 2, and it's a 0, and we get a clue. Yoink. That's also a victory. It's connected to a moon. There's no moon. So we are done, and it's enemy phase. And as it said, we're gonna be drawing. Oh, here. At the start of the enemy phase, reveal a random token. Oh, yes, it's not getting ready. So that's good for us. We're going to upkeep phase, reading Duke, flip, flip, and I think I'll be drawing into a resource now. And the hunting horror readies. And a card. Calling in favors. I could do with that old lady now, I guess. So that's it. I have 2, 4, 6, 8 cards in my hand. That's allowed. 1 out of 7. And a card. It's a locked door. Attached to the location with the most clues and without the locked door attached. So yeah, there's no clues, so I think I can choose. So let's just attach it here. Doesn't matter, really. And it's our turn. I guess I will be staying here. So I could move into here, get engaged through that. Then awaiting it for 1 action again. And 3rd action, I have to be using this. So I have to try to get rid of this actually, in some manner. Lure him to me. Hits me for 1/1. It's not that bad. So okay, I will be gaining 2 resources to get the trench coat. Or the track shoes. Now I will take the trench coat. Let's play the trench coat. That's in clothing. It's the last action. Enemy face. He will be hunting us. So burp, he comes and engages me. Hits me for 1/1. I will put a sanity on Pete and a damage on the trench coat. And there you go. Upkeep. So, not taking a resource, drawing a card. It's upgraded Pete Sylvester for us. Cool. At the end of this turn, Pete heals. I have 2, 4, 6, 8 cards, so that's good. We go Doom and a card. And it's Stalked in the Dark. If Hunting Horror is in play, it readies, engages you, and attacks each investigator at your location. Otherwise, Stalked in the Dark gains Surge. Yeah. So he attacks again. This nasty thing. Okay, he rips my coat. So that's gone. Nasty critter. And it's our go. I think he has to be dealt with in some manner. But is it better just to evade? Yeah. I try to evade 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 versus 2, -3. This is yet again Awaited. Now moving into here. And spending a clue to put another exhibit all. Enemy face, we draw a token, and it's a skull. It readies, which means it will move and engage us again, and this time it will hit us again. And I do have the upgraded version, but I think Duke takes 1. And 1 hit. Sorry, Duke. I'm gonna kill it now. I promise. Okay. Upkeep. Let's be... This is not bad. Okay. So... Let's draw a card and take a resource. It's lucky. I would like to get this moonstone out also, but I don't think I will get the resource for it, so I just toss it. Doesn't have any pips, so now this resource cancels Dark Horse. But I think I just have to do that. So Mythos, 3 out of 7. We have a card. It's Arcane Barrier. Oh, I didn't need that now. So a barrier appears, making it more difficult for us to leave and enter. Is it? To move into or out of attached location. Yeah. Man. That I didn't need. So let's be fighting this serpent. I will fight with Duke with a base skill of 4. And I will commit Inspiring Presence, making it a 5. 5. Yep, 5 versus 2. The bag says -3. So the Hunting Horror takes 2 damage. And oh, this should be gone from Pete. And I can ready an ally asset. I can at my location and heal 1 damage or horror from it. So ready up and heal a damage from Duke. I will put that here, thank you. And the first action, I will be only 2. Okay. I will hit 2 versus 2 Bag says -2. So I will be playing a lucky +2, draw card, yoink, and the hunting horror is gone, or in the void as they call it. I put it up here, I call that the void. Whew. Okay, I need more clues. Oh, I draw Professor Warren Rice. Cool. Last action, I will use that clue to put another exhibit hall into play. Do like this maybe. Yeah. Yeah, well, you understand the meaning. So that's the, that's the last action. Enemy, there's no enemy now. We got rid of that snaky thingy. I will draw a resource and a card. 2, 4, 6, 8 cards in hand, that's allowed. So, yep, mythos. 4 out of 7. And a card. Beyond the Whale. Search. Put that here. Put Beyond the Whale into play. And if my deck has no cards, take 10 damage. So that's basically game over if my deck is out of cards. And here we are, slithering behind you. If Hunting Horror is in play, add 1 Doom to it. If Hunting Horror is not in play, search the encounter deck, discard pile and the void for Hunting Horror and spawn it at your location. Engage with you, shuffle the encounter deck. Yeah. Meh. Okay, now this happens. So I will be digging out the shadow spawned. So let's see what this says. Shadow spawn remains attached to Hunting Horror. If it enters the void, Hunting Horror gets +1 fight, health, and evade for each resource on Shadow spawned. If there are at least 3 resources on Shadow spawned, Hunting Horror also gains a massive. So, yay! It has just begun to grow, becoming more horrible by the minute. So that is here. Oof. I just evaded you, man. So. Could be gambling on that the last exhibit hall I pulled out is the restricted area, and we are golden, but we have to see. Our turn. Should try to get rid of it or just evading it. I think I will evade it for now. Okay, I have 3, 4 against 2. 4 against 2. I will apply survival instinct, so it's 5 against 2. Bag says 0, so I immediately disengaged from every enemy, but I evaded the hunting horror. So it is here. And may move to a connecting locations. But to move to a connecting location, I have to test will because of this barrier. So that's an action. I have 4 against 4. I could commit these. It's 5 against 4. Let's see, 5 against 4. Woo, that's -3. So I will play live and learn. I'll attempt the test again, and this time with +2 skill value. So I have 6 against 4. Bag says, oh, -4. Kidding me? I have to choose to either forfeit my move or discard top 5 cards of my deck. I had 17. Oh, that hurts, but yeah, I have to move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my fire axe went. Damn it. I will move into here. 2 clues. While hunting horror is at this location cannot be investigated. Okay. Exhibit not yet open for viewing. Is this the restricted hall? Is it? If an investigator enters the exhibit hall restricted hall, advance. Did I find it? Yes. Woohoo! Oh yeah. I did find it. How about that? When you enter the restricted hall, you find the curator of the museum lying in a pool of blood, his intestines strewn about in a grotesque display. Jesus. Your stomach turns over and you resist the urge to vomit. Whatever did this, it's still nearby. Well, yeah, I guess it's that big snake. I had it with all these snakes, those motherfucking snakes on the plane. Search the encounter deck, discard pile, the void, and play areas for hunting horror, and place it in the exhibit hall, restricted hall, ready. No, I don't want to. So, exhibit hall, restricted hall, ready. So that means alongside of us then. I should say engaged, also engaged with you, because, yeah, well, we're there. Then advance. Excuse me. No. Okay, if an investigator enters the exhibit hall, restricted, advance, I did. And now, if an investigator enters the exhibit hall, restricted hall, advance. Well, I'm there. This is weird. So, but breaking and entering. So I'm there with the snake. Yes. This is really weird. Double check. Sorry, I have to be sure doing this proper. So the Necronomicon is kept. Yeah. Okay. If an investigator enters the exhibit hall or restricted hall, advance. Well, I did. And advance to Act 3A. This is... Oh, yeah. Sorry. This is 3A. Searching for the tome. Somewhere in this area is Olaus Wormius' Latin translation of the Necronomicon. You must find it and escape while you can. If there are no clues remaining in the exhibit hall, restricted hall, advance. Okay, so basically we're gonna be fighting this thing here. Okie dokie. I will be exhausting Duke. Fighting with 4. Against 2 for now. 2, 2, 2. So 4 against 2. Let's be putting a resourceful. So 5 versus 2. Bag says -4. Are you flipping kidding me? Why do I have this resource? So it's not successful. And he has got retaliate, so we have to take a hit and hit on Duke again. I didn't need that. I discard the track shoes to ready Duke with Ashkan's fast action. I exhaust Duke again, do the same thing. 4, 5 against 2. Bag says -3, so no, -2. Return one of your clues to your current locations. Oh, I don't have any clues, luckily. So he takes 2 damage. Yoink. And I can choose a card not named resourceful in your discard pile, survivor card, and add it to my hand. And that is choose. Okay, so I can choose one of my luckies, couldn't I? Or the fire axe. Fire axe. Yeah, I will take the fire axe. Thank you. That's it. I am out of actions. So enemy. We have this snaky thingy with us. So this time Duke takes a horror for us and we take a hit. That's it. And oh, upkeep. Ready Duke. Resource. No. Card. Not without a fight. Commit to skill test only for each enemy engaged with you, not without a fight gains. Yeah, that's great. Mythos. And we are at 5 out of 7. Ooh. And a card. Choose and shuffle a non-story asset you control into your deck and discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Okay. Non-story asset, that will be magnifying glass then. And shuffle. And discard 3. 1, 2, 3. Whew. Not that. Good. Now it's our turn. Exhausting Duke for a fight. Commit not without a fight. So that's 1, 2 more strength to basically 4, that's 6. 6 versus 2, the bag says 0, and this is banished to the void again. Yoink. Whew. Now I need to get these 2 clues, so I will be discarding this to ready Duke. Investigating with Duke, that's 4. 5 versus 3. Oh, hold a bit. I will pay for the fire axe first. Then I will exhaust Duke, so that's a 4, 5, 6 versus 3. Bag says -1, so I get one of those clues. Yes. That's great. Man. And enemy face, there's no enemies, so upkeep. Flip, flip, flip. I'm not taking a resource, I'm taking a card. Yes, good. And that's Mythos, 6 out of 7, a card. And we have Twist of Faith. Ooh, reveal a random token. And it's horror for us, 2 horror. Pete should have healed this, by the way. So I think take 2 horror. I can handle that. Let's take 2 horror. Yeah. Our turn. We will be flipping Duke. 4, 5, 6 versus 3. Bag says minus effing 4. Oh, you got to be kidding me. This game. Yep. Not successful. I'm drawing a card. I get chronophobia. It's my weakness coming out. At the end of your turn, take 1 direct horror. Yeah. Great. Okay. Drawing a card. And there's the magnifying glass. I'm at 6. Oh. So, enemy. I take a direct horror. Boink. There's no enemy, so upkeep. And no. Yeah, I take a resource and a card. And another one. Ooh, there you go. We can do this. We can do this. Okay. 7 out of 7. And I fear it will spawn on us again. If Hunting Horror is in play, add 1 Doom to it. If Hunting Horror is not in play, search the encounter deck, discard pile, and avoid of Hunting Horror spawning in the museum halls. Woohoo! I can do that. So it spawns again in the museum halls. And shuffle the encounter discard pile into, yeah, okay, boring. In every shadow, the creature in the museum grows larger and more terrifying with each passing moment. Its body slithers from shadow to shadow, every corner of every room a potential hiding place for the hideous beast. When hunting horror enters play, attach the set-aside copy of Shadow Spawn to it or add one resource to Shadow Spawn if it's already attached. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do this forced action, because now he enters again. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, down in the comments. Yeah. So that's advancing. We need a card, and we get Beyond the Veil. We have one already, so that's a search, and we have Twist of Faith. Ooh. And we get a skull. Yes, so 2 horror. I think Pete has to go. Sorry, Pete. You've done great, but now it's time to unravel. I will go, and we will be investigating with Duke. As a fast action, I will whip out my magnifying glass. That's a space skill of 4. That's a 5. That's a 6 with Dark Horse. And 7 with the magnifying glass I have. Chaos Bag says Skull -1. So I get the clue. And that means I can advance the act. That's a victory point, by the way. Have any more victory points? Nope. So if there are no clues remaining in the exhibit hall, advance. At last, you find a locked case containing the Necronomicon. The tome, over 800 pages in length, is filled with all manner of macabre imagery, formulae, spells, prophecies, and descriptions of creatures from beyond the threshold of space. Without a doubt, it is a dangerous book, but its secrets could be very useful. So the investigators must decide. Choose one. It's too dangerous to keep around. We have to destroy it. It's too valuable to destroy. We have to keep it safe. What would Ashcan do? Ashcan is a protector of the people, I think, and finding something as dangerous as this, I think we destroy it. So we're gonna go for resolution 1, and we're gonna go here. As long as this translation of the Necronomicon exists, there will be sorcerers and other foul agents like Whately seeking it. In the end, you know what must be done to protect humanity from the threats you've seen. You find a trash bin and fill it with books and documents, throwing the Necronomicon on top. It takes several matches to set the content of the bin alight. The flames fill the room with heat and the creeping shadows retreating from its light. You watch the book burn for some time, its pages turning to ash. You can only hope you made the right decision. So in your campaign log, record the investigators destroyed the Necronomicon. Yep. Each investigator earns experience equal to the Victory X value of each card in the victory display. And that's a measly 2 then, isn't it? Just double checking. There's nothing more. I could have tried to get more exhibit halls, I guess, but yeah. So 2 experience for Ashcan, but all in all, I feel Ashcan was very lucky, very lucky this playthrough. Adam Lynch, you have done your bit. These guys are done. Mishkat pile is back. And yeah. This was great. We could have done worse. We could have died. So we didn't. And I guess that's the thing we have to take with us. All in all, we managed to get through Miskatonic University, destroyed the Necronomicon, and that's what we choose to do. Maybe when you play it, you will do something else. And that's the great thing about this game. It never feels like the same story next time you play it. I think I played the stories I have 10-15 times each, and every time it feels different. So great game. Next up, we're gonna be going to the Essex County Express, and we're gonna be traveling to Arkham. No, Arkham, to Dunwich Village, of course. So I'll be doing that on, let's see, tomorrow is Wednesday. I'll be recording some other stuff. So at Thursday then, I think I'll be going live again, same time then. For you guys on the other side of the globe, it's hard to stick with my times because I'm on standard Eastern Europe. But for you guys in Europe, you can always tune in to me at Thursday. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting and watching my playthrough. It's great stuff, and that keeps me going on. Until next time, be seeing you again.